Welcome to MFAA on Air.
With ASIC set to place brokers under intense scrutiny in 2016, MFAA on Air spoke with RISQ Group Executive Chairman Guy Underwood and MFAA Compliance Manager Peter Kennedy about how they work together to enforce sound industry standards and the best practices brokers can use to help them stay on the right side of the law.
So the MFAA really took leadership in this about 10 years ago, when they looked at saying, well, we're dealing with people that are making serious investment decisions, the biggest purchase they're ever going to make in their life. So then how do we as an industry make sure that we're regulated, and so that we can self-regulated, so that we can tell the government that we can look after ourselves. So what they did is they took leadership and they put in place a whole set of policies, codes of conduct, discipline rules, all those things in place, and then appointed us as the investigating officer to be an independent body to view complaints that are made and make a decision up to a tribunal. One thing from my 30 years experience in this industry is that if you don't have sanctions that are accompanying rules or procedures, then when they get breached, people don't follow them, and all of a sudden it's a slippery slope. Three key areas that we're seeing tend to be around falsification of documentation, and then the other area that it is around just poor practices. So in terms of best practice, certainly policies such as a code of conduct, and the code of conduct is really important because it sets the tone for the organisation. And where organisations come undone is when they've got poor culture, and things such as sales at any cost, profit. As a business, it's very important, obviously, you generate profit, but at the same time you've got to make sure you act ethically. So the code of conduct sets out what you can do, what you can't do, the fact of what's expected of you as an agent or an employee of that business, and what will happen to you if you breach that. So certainly a code of conduct is important. Secondly is a conflict of interest policy, or a declaration of a conflict of interest, because it's very important that if your people are also involved in other businesses, that other business doesn't come in conflict with their primary role with you in the broking. Whilst the policies are very important, so is the training. So it's really important that the staff are well trained. And an example is that you can take things that have gone wrong and train your staff in those, because it is a fact of life, at some stage your business will make a mistake. So part of what it is learning from those mistakes to make sure that other brokers and future employees do not make the same mistakes.
Members who have a good compliance plan, follow their compliance plan, run consistent processes, and operate across the board consistently, very unlikely to have problems with the investigator or with this whole disciplinary process. The tribunal is a peer review of that matter, and members have a not only a right but an obligation really to respond to those allegations, and quite often the tribunal will find the matter unsubstantiated because the allegation isn't supported sufficiently for the peer reviewers to decide that the member has done the wrong thing. That's a good safety net, I think. It means a fair outcome for members and provides natural justice.
You've been watching MFAA on Air.